Welcome to the last session, defending your research, which is part of which is part of short course on research methodology. Research methodology. Defending your research. Okay, you have completed your research, your PhD. Now you have to defend it. You have to defend it. That means you have to say that you have done substantial work, you have done the original work, then it adds something to the existing body of the knowledge. Presenting and defending your work orally. Clear, be clear, to the point, interesting and inspiring. So first two are important. Be clear about what you are presenting, what you want to say, to the point. Try to be to the point, straight to the point. You should somehow make it the presentation interesting, not dull. Interesting, that you have to follow certain techniques. So if you want, you can refer to Steve Jobs' presentation techniques, how he presents it. You can watch the videos. There is one book also. Steve Jobs presentation techniques. You can refer to it, and based on that one, you can prepare your slides, etc. If you can inspire, if you can motivate the audience, then it's best. You can try it out. Remember, usually a slide takes 2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes to present and explain. So based on that one, try to restrict the number of slides. So usually try to have 2 or more type presentations. Don't go with single presentation. 2 or more presentations are necessary. One which follows the rules, 2 to 3 minutes, etc. Calculate it and present it. People may ask for some details. In that case, try to go to other presentation also. Details should be present. And all your content, the code, implementation, screenshots, etc., everything should be available in your system while presenting. So you cannot say, I forgot it, I kept it somewhere, etc. So don't do it. Everything should be available. Everything should be available. So and the presentation should be available in the written form also. Multiple copies of it, 4-5 copies of your presentation should be available in written form also. Don't, you can never guess. The power may go off, the power may not come. The power may not come for few hours. Examiner will not wait for you. So the presentation should be there in written form also. Always try to have backup. Always try to have backup also. Try to have backup also. So guidelines for preparing slides, layout, try to use consistent layout. Whatever the layout you want to use, try to use consistent layout in all the slides. Font size, it's better you go with 25, 28 or 32 font. So don't try to reduce the font. Even in the case of tables, etc., at least the font should be 18 points. 18 points, because usually tables, etc., doesn't fit on the single screen. If you use 32 font, so, but it should be at least 18 point. 18 point. Remember that. Language, use short expressions. The text on the slide should be short, but it should not be too cryptic. So people should be able to understand from what you have written. There should be small sentences. You cannot use 1 or 2 words. Sometimes 2-3 words sentences will be there. They may be suitable in some cases, but for the general audience, it is very difficult to understand. Even for the examiner, it may be difficult to understand. For you and for maybe for your supervisor, it's okay. But general audience doesn't understand. But don't write complete sentences. Sentence consisting of 20 words. Don't write it. Try to write it in short form, but in meaningful form. Emphasis, always use emphasis, something like this. So I have shown it in a different color. So even in the sentences, try to highlight the points, highlight the words. So they will be helpful for others to understand. They will be helpful very much to you while presenting, because you can easily frame your sentences based on those words. Usually you should not read the sentences, total sentences, same sentences you cannot read. So in that case, these words help you. Figures visualization really helps you. The figure should be clear. Words and text, maximum of approximately 7 rows of text in a slide and 7 words per row. 7 words per row. So try to ensure it. Now try to number the slides because it is easy to remember for you and also for the people who are asking questions, because they refer to the slide number. Otherwise, if you have to explain and if you want to go to the previous slides, you have to search where the content is available. Try to have the slides, try to have that information also on which slide which information is available. Try to have it. Handling questions, no work is perfect. Some fireworks will come. Accept them. Accept them. Remember, the examiner is a human being. Every human being has ego. You should not hurt the ego. So when you try to prove that you know everything, then your ego may the examiner ego may get hurt. So this is one of the advice given by my senior actually. You may be knowing all the answers. Usually you don't know all the answers, but don't try to prove that you know everything. If you don't know anything, politely say I don't know, sir. Take advice from them. Okay, no work is perfect. Criticism will come. If you don't answer a few, that will be okay. That will be okay. Be as clear as possible in your replies. Ask for clarification of the questions. If you don't understand the questions, ask for clarification. Don't try to avoid the questions. Don't try to avoid the questions. So usually what happens is somebody examiner asks the question, somebody else at the same instant of time may try to ask some other question. So try to concentrate on the examiner. Don't try to avoid. Don't try to avoid him. Don't try to retaliate if somebody comments your work about your work. Don't try to retaliate. Of course, you can defend your work. That's the purpose of presentation. You can defend your work, but don't try to retaliate. Don't try to go into the argument. Don't try to go into the argument. Okay. So don't take any criticism personally. Don't try to take the criticism personally. If politics is going on in your department, somebody may intentionally do it also. Somebody may arrange some people to do it also. So be careful. Don't take it personally. So your examiner is there, your guide is there. Concentrate on them. Other questions may come from others. So answer them as politely as possible. If you don't answer them, doesn't matter. Tell them don't know. That you have to do. So this is regarding the entire course, short course actually on research methodology. So this is my presentations, my videos. Now your journey starts. Start doing the work based on this one. This is not complete course, but nevertheless provide you valuable information. If you have any doubts, if you want to discuss further, you can contact me on that email ID. So we will discuss. If you have any doubts, we will discuss. Thank you very much. Namaste. Thank you.